The version 40 hype in Paragon is super real, mates. The Age of Intellect, it's crazy this update. There's so many things we still haven't talked about. Card reworks, card updates, the new events, the special exclusive stuff that is happening in the first week, and also a new T3 skin that belongs to Greystone that we've been talking about for ages, and we get to actually see gameplay of it within this blog post. It's insane. There's going to be a lot of juicy information that we're going to break down within this video. Welcome, mates. I'm Bloodthirsty Lord, but you can call me Lordy, and today we're back on Paragon. Once again, if you're seeing the website right now of the version 40 update, the Age of Intellect, and it does contain a lot, and obviously the topics that we started talking about at the very start of this video is the topics that we're going to go in detail within this video. Pretty understandable there. But before we get to this video, make sure you smash that below like button. Let's try to get 200 likes on this video. So without further ado, let's get straight into this. So obviously you see the new hero phase, followed up by two skins showcased there as well. We've seen them in the trailer. They both look amazing. I can't diss them in any way possible. We'll be talking about phase in a future video connected to a lore and pretty much going more in depth about the character and find every little piece of information about her. Those are the hero updates. We've already spoken about them before. As you can see, I just want to showcase the website because the way they've made this is pretty clean. I liked it. The way they've actually organized everything. Then we have the NOVABORN Greystone skin. You can see that on your screen right now. Insane. Raise a light in the darkness of space with NOVABORN Greystone. This new skin comes with new ability effects to harness the light against your enemies in battle. And this will be available in store once the update is out. And it does look like a beast. Look at that skin. It's crazy. They pretty much made him like a massive slimmed down version of himself and made like dark colors on the character. So when his abilities do activate, you can see the gorgeous effects of each ability. And you see them right now on your screen as he's using his abilities, also his ultimate. And his ultimate looks crazy good. Look, once he dies, you pretty much see all these stars, all these effects, and it goes down and just does this arcade feel. It feels like an 80s, 90s character type of feel. I like it, man. I can't hate this skin. This is a skin, I don't play Greystone that much. And this skin makes me want to play Greystone. That is insane. I think that's what they should have done with Kalari. Her skin, T3, or being classified as a T3, isn't really a T3 in my eyes. I like the cape, I like the way she is, but I feel like a little bit more oomph would have been really great on the character. Especially with her abilities. They're not as visually appealing as this. Because with another 250 coins, you get this amazing skin. Feels like it's a waste, but this skin is amazing. The Kalari skin may be a little bit of a waste, but hey, I played Kalari and I had to buy the skin, guaranteed. Now we move on to the card updates. We're going to talk about this in detail, so we're just going to jump to all 36 card updates. Let's see what they have to say. We are still in progress of a full rework of the card system planned for 2017. This release continues our trend of updating the existing cards set to reflect our general direction of the future, or for the future. This includes several reworks of niche cards alongside updated functionality and balance across the full library of the card system within Paragon in version 40. So all these changes that we're going to talk about right now will be live in version 40. So let's go into it. Health upgrades or health mechanics within the card system have been upgraded. Per CP has been increased to 60 health from 50 health. So pretty much you're getting more health if you're building tanky type of qualities on your character. So that's really good. Basic armor per CP has been increased to 8 from 7. So 1 point increase. Ability armor, same thing there. Increased to 6 from 4, but you got 2 point increase. And pretty much the idea here is to be tankier and pretty much use tank as a quality within this game. Because if you've played Paragon in the recent days and you've seen a rampage, these rampage players aren't building tank. They're just doing full damage, attack speed, and sometimes even crit. Because once they land that boulder on you, you can't move for 2 seconds. So they're going to go ham and just go try and kill you as quick as possible. So they don't need to build tank because their ultimate does give them tanky effects. So this idea here is to make people, if they're playing tanks or playing a character that has the idea of playing as a tank, you can do that. So that's actually useful. So they're pretty much buffed armor or balanced armor and health, so that's really good. Weekly card pack, mining cast, flash fire, piston, wellspring staff. Nothing insane. And then we have this first card right here. Rework now at Universal Affinity. Cost 6 points, 5% lifesteal, and 11 attack speed. Oh my god. That isn't the best part about it. It is the active Berserk. For 6 seconds, gain 44 attack speed and 80 movement speed. But taking additionally 50% damage on your character, costs 50 mana, and it has a 35-second cooldown. This is insane. Like, I don't care about the mana cost, it's just there every time you activate it. 35 seconds is the cooldown, but the active itself is insane. 44 attack speed, 80% movement speed. That is an insane combo for 6 seconds. I feel sorry for anyone that have to burst when I'm using this card. But the bad part about this card, obviously, is that you're going to take more damage from an enemy player. I have so many ideas for this card already for my builds, with my mains, followed up by some other characters I want to showcase in the future. So I don't want to talk about too much, but that card seems to be a really good card to use within version 40. Nanoplasm Rework, now Universal Affinity, cost 6 points, 6 power, 60 max mana, passive Spell Vamp, abilities heal for 20% of the damage dealt to enemy heroes, 5% against minions. So that is how the Spell Vamp is going to work within this card. And also you have the chance to equip this card on any character within the game, and you'll gain Spell Vamp properties. So that's really great. Tainted Magic, Rework, now Universal Affinity, cost 7 points, plus 12 power, 0.3 mana regen. That is the initial stacks. Passive is Spellburn. People are talking about Spellburn, but I didn't think it was going to come into the game. But it did, but I feel like it's different compared to what we thought. We thought it would drain mana. It doesn't drain mana, it's something else. Dealing ability damage to enemy heroes applies a damage over time effect that deals ability damage equal to 8% of your target's current health over 3 seconds. This effect cannot stack consecutive ability damage instance refresh duration. So that's how it's going to work. It's really interesting how it actually does. It's pretty much a dot damage ability. I feel like Iggy mains will start using this again, because not of the stacking of poison, that's gone, that doesn't exist anymore, but the dot damage effect is pretty great. 8% of the target's current health over 3 seconds. So if you're versing a tank, you're going to shred that tank so quick with this card. But then once it goes to him having lower health, this card's usefulness will be pretty much not as useful as the enemy character being a tanky or having full HP. Pretty much the lower health they have, this card loses its purpose. Let's go to the next card, and that is a Scout Ward. Now has 150 health instead of Peeps, and takes 60% reduced ability damage. Shadow Wards now has 225 health instead of Peeps, and takes 60% reduced ability damage. So you see the wards now changing into health actual cards. So pretty much, if you're not doing 150 damage, it's going to take a couple of shots before doing that. But if you have a Shadow Ward, it has extra health on the Shadow Ward, so it takes more time to actually destroy Shadow Ward, so that's really great. And abilities like Morigash's Hive, when she's able to put dot damage on a ward, it's not going to be as useful as before, because they have health stats and obviously the 60% reduced ability damage. Let's move on to the next card, and that's called the Circlet of Mana. Rework max passive added mana regen aura is now applied globally. Circlet of Health, rework max passive added health regen aura now applied globally. So pretty much, if you have these cards, you're going to give health regen to all your players globally once you've activated. Oh, that's the actual passive. That's not an active. That's insane. So just by having this card, I don't know how many times you can stack this health regen card, but if you're teammates and you have this health regen card, pretty much you're gaining health constantly, and a great amount of it. So that's crazy. And then we move on to the card Armivore. Change stats to attack speed from attack penetration. Increase mana restore per base attack to 6 from 2. Pretty much every time you hit the enemy player with a base attack, you're gaining 6 plus mana. So that's pretty good. Battle Mantra is the next card. Increase bonus mana regen when above 50% to 2.4 mana per second from 1.5 mana per second. So pretty much once you have a 50% of mana, pretty much gaining 2.4 mana increase every time per second instead of 1.5. Really great. Blood Catalyst, increase mana regen to 17.5 per second from 10 per second for 10 seconds. So that's a buff. Remove critically wounded limitation, so you most likely have more use on that card than before. Charging Brew, increase movement speed per stack to 20 movement speed from 10 movement speed. Increase buff duration to 7 seconds from 5 seconds. Add an ability to move through units during duration. This card is getting so strong right now. So that's really great. If you want to use this card, I suggest you do so, because the buff on that is pretty cool. Imperial Mask, increased amount of stats granted in all forms. Power increased to 24 from 18. Basic armor increased to 14 from 10.5. Ability armor increased to 8 from 6. Mana regen increased to 1.2 per second from 0.9 per second. So pretty much you're going to see a lot more use of this card in the early to mid game stages compared to before. That's just a great buff in general. Everglass card has been reduced in cost to 5 CP from 6 CP. So if you already use that card, the card is now cheaper. Font of Rapture, change stats to 5% lifesteal and 6 power from 1.4 health regen and 0.3 mana regen, 4% crit chance. So now it has the initial stacks of 5% lifesteal and 6 power. So that's great. Hinder Beast now works on jungle buffs, which now include the green buff in addition to the river buffs. Increase basic attack slow to 10% from 5%, so another buff on that. And I feel like this will work also on the gold buff, because it's somewhat of a river buff, and it's also a buff in the game, so, or jungle buff, so it should work on that as well. Now we move on to the next card, which is Onslaught Rework. Reduced active cooldowns by 0.2 seconds per base attack hit. Okay, Infinity Stream, change regen value scaler from current mana to missing mana. Increase base regen value to 3.6 mana per second from 2.4 mana per second. Mass Wall Sash, increase burn radius from 300 to 500. Increase damage to 12 plus 1.5 times play level from 10 plus play level. Oh my god, that's pretty dirty. That is actually dirty. And now we move on to Mending Bloom. Change stats to max mana from health regen. Increase mana regen to 6 point mana per second from 3.8 mana per second for 15 seconds to yourself and nearby allies. That is great. Nano Drive grants 100 movement speed for 2.5 seconds for 14 seconds. That is good for just getting out and in of situations that are bad, so that's really great. Overflowing Gifts, change stats to max health from mana regen, increase health regen to 9.5 health per second from 6 health per second to yourself and nearby allies for 15 seconds. Purity Sensor now costs 80 mana to cast, cooldown increase to 120 seconds from 90 seconds. So now you can see the idea that if you use this card within a fight, for the next 120 seconds, if the enemy team knows that you've used it, they can punish you for that. So if they have any type of CC abilities, they're going to use it right after you use that card and in the next team fight, so you better watch out. So using that card in the perfect scenario is really needed. Radiant Mantle, increase burn radius from 300 to 500, increase damage to 12 plus 1.5 times play level. This is exactly the same as Mad Spore Slash? I think that's what we call it. Mad Spore Slash or Mad Spore Slash? One of them. That's the exact same thing. Relative Troops now cost 50 mana to cast, reduce cooldown to 35 seconds from 120 seconds, increase attack speed buff to 33 attack speed from 22 attack speed. Overall, great buff on that card. Rocket Spike, reduce cost to 4 CP from 5 CP. Satora Cloak, increase armor shred duration to 2 seconds from 1.5 seconds. Scorpion Plate, increase duration to 10 seconds from 6 seconds. Reduce cost to 5 CP from 6 CP. No longer shares a cooldown with Splinter Bark Vest. Shockwave, reworked active, now deals 50 damage in a large radius around the hero, slowing enemies by minus 250 movement speed for 3 seconds. Cooldown is 45 seconds. Now costs 50 mana to cast. Sara's Song, increase the slow magnitude to 60 from 40, reduce slow / speed buff duration to 3 seconds from 4 seconds. So many buffs on these cards, man. Splinter Bark Vest, increase duration to 10 seconds from 6 seconds. Reduce cost to 5 CP from 6 CP. No longer shares a cooldown with Scorpion Plate. Stab Link, reduce base health cost to 15% from 20%. Remove critically wounded restrictions too, but the active cannot be used if your health cost would result in a death. Stasis Gem now reworked as a universal card or universal affinity. Reduce cost to 5 CP from 7 CP. There's going to be so much more uses of that card within build, so make sure you use that card because it does help against assassins. Wicked Stigma, rework ability to unique passive. Ability hits grant vision of the target for 6 seconds, so that's really cool. Thermo Bond no longer activates from Dekka's Containment Fence ability. The Pearl card, reduced cooldown to 45 seconds from 60 seconds, now costs 50 mana to cast. Praise Touch, increase bonus damage to 5% of the target's current health from 3% of the current target's health. Okay, overall, the cards, majority of them got buffed. There's only some nerfs, and the nerfs aren't too crazy. They're more of a balance, in my opinion. So the cards are in a very good spot, and some cards are going to be used. Like, they were neglected in the version 39 and beyond that. Or past that, sorry. Now, as we enter version 40 and beyond that, these cards are going to be crazy unless they start to nerf them. I don't know, but those cards, woo, I can't wait for the builds. So many new builds, especially with the new hero updates. So many new builds are coming out. General changes. Let's read that as well before we end off this video. Is there anything crazy? I'm trying to think if it's actually worth it. Okay, we're not going to talk about these general changes because I feel like they're pretty much not that important to know. But there'll be a link to this patch if you want to read it as well for yourself, to read the general changes, because I don't think they're useful, and it's not something I really want to talk about and go in crazy detail, because they're pretty easy to understand. New skin variation, new emotes, and all that in the Loot Crate update, followed by all these little UI changes that really don't matter, or something you wouldn't really pick up. But they are being fixed, so if anyone did pick those up, you would have known. Let's go back into the most interesting part. That is the new event. As you see, the Age of Intellect events. Unlock and earn the new Slayo So Sorry banner by playing 10 games of PvP or co-op. This week long, ending Tuesday, May 23rd, will also include double XP, mates. So once this update is out, on May 16th, you better play your heart out on this game. You're able to get this amazing banner that has like this 2D animation, which is pretty cool. For some reason, it was in sync with what I was doing for a second. But it's a pretty cool banner, and I'd rather have that banner instead of my other banner that I got from the Loot Crate video that we did ages ago. I don't really like those banners. They're really annoying because I have 2 of the exact same ones. So hopefully I can get this banner and use that. And the double XP is the best part about it, because if you're going to grind then to obviously get your heroes to level 10. And if you're not at level 50 yet, that can also help you as well. So play as you must. New features, the monthly Vault reward. As you see, some of the rewards aren't there. And you can see a golden key and a new Snakebite Murdoch skin variation. Oh my god, what is that? A new reward feature has arrived. Earn stars and you can get the chance to receive items from the monthly vault each week. Every month, the vault will refresh with new items offering fresh chances to earn all the vault rewards. Oh, okay, that's sick. Those are some of the ideas that you can get out of the monthly vault rewards. I think that's what they're trying to showcase there. And having the background as well, pretty much like non-stop duplicated. But there you go, you get the idea of how it's going to work. Golden Key. Speaking of the monthly vault rewards, one of the items that can be earned in the vault are the new golden keys. The golden keys guarantee a rare item or above from the loot crates. That is insane. So if you don't have any tier 3 skins, you might not want to waste your money yet. Try to get one of these golden keys and then open the loot crate, because you have the chance to get anything that's above the rare category or the rare items. And I think this could help with that. Are the rare items the tier 2 skins as well? If they are, then I don't think anyone's going to get anything good. Because the chance, it does make the chance greater to get a tier 3 skin or even a tier 4 skin in the future, way in the future, but it also can get those amazing skin variations if you ever want one of those. This could help out quite a bit. So if you get one of these keys, make sure you use it wisely, and hopefully RNG Lords are with you and you can get something amazing. So that's another thing. And also the community tab. We can now celebrate the community in style. We've introduced a new tab that the Paragon community can use to stay up to date on current events and community members. Stay informed and get involved. Makes it sick. You can see right now the community tab pretty much being the bottom section, followed up by the Paragon news on top. That's how it's usually going to work. Sometimes the Paragon news will appear in the tab as well. Like if any skins featured for a bundle, they'll showcase it there. If free skins talking about how you can connect to Facebook on Paragon by liking the page and you can get a new skin there, or connecting or subscribing to the YouTube channel and you get another skin from that way. It's pretty much there. There's going to be a link there. And also, it's actually a whole tab to itself. You can see on the top. It says community. And then you can obviously see this tab. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I really don't know. Because it depends what happens on the homepage now. If the homepage has someone like a community tab there, showcasing 2 of the community members, or 1 community member followed up by the rewards within the game, how it's pretty much showcased now, or something big news that's showcased right now, they keep doing that followed up by this separate community tab. That is great, because I feel like not many people will click this if it's a separate tab on its own, and if they're usually up to date with our news that we talk about in our videos, and obviously checking out the Paragon news constantly, this isn't really relevant as much, if that makes sense. But hopefully it does seek some type of usefulness in the future. I'm hoping they do something great with that tab, because that's a lot just to add that tab in there. It means a lot. And hopefully we can get a name up there one day and see you'd be like, oh, Bloodthirsty Lord? Oh, that's so cool. Oh my god, that's pretty much all the things I want to talk about. We've talked about the hero updates. We've talked about the cards just today, followed up by the updates and reworks on each card. The general changes, not something I want to talk about because completely irrelevant. The additional changes on heroes, pretty much irrelevant as well, because they're all little things on the abilities and how it works. But I'll have a link in the description below, so if you want to read that for yourself and get more detail on the patch, you can do so. But this patch is so action-packed, and I can't wait to play it because it's going to change up the game and make it feel like a brand new game. That is guaranteed, mates. But mates, tell me your thoughts in the comment section down below, because you know my thoughts. I really like this patch and I can't wait to play it myself. But I want to know your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section down below, so please do so. So mates, if you did enjoy this video, show us why smash the like button. Let's try to get 200 likes on this video. It makes me want to see more Paragon Gaming content and Paragon Gaming news and gaming content in general on my channel. All you have to do is share this with your friends and hit the subscribe button to become a mate today. And that's all for this video. Oh, time's good, but don't you worry. We're back very soon. Hey, chat boys, because you ain't seen nothing yet. I am puffed out from reading this information. Obviously, we talked about it here and there, but I can't wait to experience this instead of just reading this information, because now I have all this knowledge built up, and I just can't wait for the update. It's insane, mates.